I want to talk to you about one of the biggest threats to our environment right now. And this is really worth a listen. Look, I know I'm getting political here, but honestly, if you're not getting political about the survival of our natural world, then you're a nobody. When I see a platform that actively targets our landscape, I can't just stay quiet. I know that other parties do bad things too, but what we're facing now from Reform is worse, and it's truly an extreme war on our nature and our environment. These threats come directly from the Reform UK. Now, they have a lot of policies. I could be here all day, but I've chosen just several that hit us and our wildlife the hardest. Reform call these policies roadblocks, but I call them the only lines of defence we have left. Firstly, they want to dismantle the legal shields that keep our wild spaces intact. They plan to scrap the Habitat and Birds directives, the gold standard laws that currently stop developers from paving over our most sensitive nesting grounds and wildlife sites. Something also extremely worrying is that they want to strip Natural England of its power to stop construction projects on conservation grounds. They also want to delete the entire library of over 6,700 retained EU nature laws. These aren't just red tape, they regulate everything from soil health to chemical safety. They even want to scrap the precautionary principle that is the common sense legal rule that says if a project might cause permanent harm to an environment, then don't do it. Without that, the gates are wide open. Next, they're coming for our water. Our rivers are already dying, and our seas. Yet Reform wants to scrap nutrient neutrality, allowing housing developers to dump even more sewage and nitrogen into our waterways. They want to remove the Water Framework Directive, which is the only thing legally mandating that our rivers reach good ecological health. They'd even ease the rules on slurry and fertiliser spreading, making it easier to wash waste into your local streams. They are also targeting the way we manage our land. They want to scrap ELM, environmental land management schemes, and rewilding subsidies, the very systems that pay farmers to protect biodiversity and restore things like peatlands, instead of just farming intensively. The industrial impact is just as heavy. They want to lift the fracking ban, fast-track North Sea oil and gas by smashing marine impact assessments and relaxing the rules on industrial drilling within marine protected areas. And finally, they want to remove species abundance targets, the legally binding goals that force the government to actually try and reverse the decline of UK wildlife, and weaken conservation convents, which ensure that land stays protected after a developer has moved on. Reform UK say all of this is about getting Britain building, but we have to ask, if we build over our last habitats and pollute our water beyond repair, what kind of country are we actually leaving behind? They want to do all this to satisfy their millionaire and billionaire funders. This is all public loss for private gain. Get wild.